Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are back in Warframe for another build, and this time we're having a look at Uriel. This is the first Warframe whose name starts with a letter U, so that's kinda cool, and he is also very demonic looking, and his gameplay revolves around him spreading fire all over the map thanks to his abilities and his minions, which we'll see more on those later. I sadly had very high hopes and expectations for this Warframe, so I am a little bit disappointed by his gameplay, but you'll see why later. For now, that's enough introductions, so let's jump into the build. Starting from Uriel's abilities. His passive is basically those three little demons. We have Catenach, which is the one that chains enemies together and makes them take sheer damage. Enemies that are chained will also be slowed by a percentage depending on your puppet strength. We then have the other little demon, which is called Gulfagor, and this one really likes to hug people, because whenever he sees some big guys like Eximus units or priority targets, he will latch onto them and CC them very hard by hugging them, and this enemy will pretty much be able to do nothing other than being killed by you, because when you do that, that enemy will drop a massive amount of health and energy orbs, depending on how much puppet strength you have, and will also create a circle of pain that inflicts heat damage to all the enemies standing in a certain radius for a certain duration, depending respectively on your ability range and your ability duration. And finally, we have Vitalas, which is the other little demon that doesn't really do much other than performing some kind of ritual whenever an enemy dies. He does that quite slowly, but the reward for doing this ritual is a little rune that you can pick up, or your allies can do that, and it grants you primary and secondary heat damage lasting for a certain duration. You can have up to 3 of these runes at any moment on the map, so you better pick them up, because they will also be useful for something that we'll see later. Each of these little demons will be unlocked whenever you unlock his first, second, and third ability. And talking about those, his first ability will pretty much summon an aura around Uriel that will make it so he's able to deal heat damage to all enemies nearby, and while Infernalis is active, he's also able to enter this flying state whenever he dodges while being airborne. This is not really that useful, other than you being able to relocate somewhere else a bit more effortlessly, but other than that, I think this is the ability you can subsume over with your other whatever helmet ability you want, although it is still important for one of his other abilities. Moving to the second ability, we have Remedium, and this one is the one that heals you and all your little demons for quite a lot at the cast of a button, which makes your survivability incredibly high, especially counting that all the little demons will also be dropping fire from enemies. So yeah, he is really hard to kill, and he doesn't really die that much. If Uriel's shields and health are both 100%, he gains over shield, so it's not a waste to use his ability, you just gain a little bit more purple shield. And then we have the third ability, called Demonium. Whenever you cast this ability, you will rip the souls out of your little demons and cast them towards your enemies, which will deal some heat damage and makes those enemies more vulnerable to damage. This ability also goes in combo with your 1, because whenever your Infernalis is active, whenever you cast Demonium, you will also have those little souls have a little bit of another little heat aura on them, which makes them spread even more heat status. And finally, we have Brimstone, which is his fourth ability, which sets the whole map on fire and deals a stupendous amount of heat damage to all enemies that you hit with it, which is, yeah, it's just amazing. This ability does not just cost energy, it also has a little meter you have to fill, and you fill this meter by killing enemies that are being hit by your demons. So like, let's say your Catenacci is snaring some enemies, your Gulfagor is latching onto another one, you kill those enemies, you gain a little bit of Brimstone charge. You can also cast your 3 to gain some more of this charge, and you also gain some more meter if you collect the runes that Vitalas is spawning around the map. From my experience, the best way to charge it is just by spamming your 3, and that's kind of going to be the focus of this build. You can have multiple instances of Brimstone active at a time. You just gotta charge the little Brimstone meter, which, yeah, it's a little bit tedious. Now moving to the Archon Shards, I do suggest going for at least 1 casting speed, because this Warframe really likes casting these abilities, and we will be casting so many of them so fast that you actually do need casting speed. That's why I also have Madurai, but more on that later. Then I'm using 1 Tau-Forged Crimson Shard with ability strength, 1 with ability duration, and 1 Tau-Forged Azure Archon Shard with more max energy, because we kind of need that. And this is the build I use. Going power for more ability strength whenever we apply statuses with our weapons. Prime sure-footed because it's prime sure-footed and makes you immune to knockdowns, although you may not need this one because he is quite survivable even without it, but it's just nice to have. You can go for anything else if you're comfortable with your survivability. Transient Fortitude for more ability strength at the cost of some ability duration. Equilibrium to gain energy from health orbs and health from energy orbs, and that is massive because, as we said, we have the demon Gulfagor, which makes enemies to drop a lot of health and energy orbs. Prime Continuity for more ability duration. Prime Flow for more energy maximum. Stretch and Augur Reach for a lot more ability range. Intensify or Archon Intensify if you want to gain even more ability strength. And Archon Vitality to gain more health, but most importantly to double the amount of hit damage we apply with our abilities, because that's what everything in this kit does, so we just double that, which makes it so we deal even more damage, which is pretty cool. As for the Arcanes, I went for Molt Augmented for more power strength, and Arcane Steadfast because this allows us to gain 3 free ability casts whenever we actually trigger the effect, so yeah, we just save on a lot of energy. And the build, as you may notice, does not have any survivability mods, and that's because we just cast our 2, and all our health and shield will go back to max, which is, yeah, that's literally all you need. Moving to the weapons, I am using the Vinquibus in both my primary and melee slot, obviously. I have a full guide on this weapon if you want, but this is the build I am using, which is just a lot of heat damage, which is exactly what Uriel needs. And in my secondary slot, I have the Grimoire, which is the weapon I'm actually going to use for pretty much the whole mission in any scenario, because this is the weapon you want on a caster frame. Or in this case, I had Exalted, but that's pretty much the same. And the reason why we actually use the Grimoire is that we have Recent Invocation, which grants us up to 60% more ability duration just by casting the Alt Fire every 20 or so seconds. A bit less than that actually, because you kind of want to keep that at 60%. But yeah, this build is only focused on charging that Alt Fire as fast as possible and spamming it as much as possible to have this buff active at all times. You can change some of the mods like Yahoo Canticle if you don't like it, or the Arcane, but everything else is pretty much almost mandatory because we need the Augur mods to have the energy to shield conversion for more survivability, and we do need Blast to charge that Alt Fire meter a lot faster. And the build for the melee Incubus is this one, which is pretty effective actually. It's actually a pretty good weapon. Now moving to the focus skill, the one I have has been upgraded, but the thing you actually need from here are power transfer for more casting speed and sling strength for 40% more ability strength, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is not needed, but it's nice to have. But priorities are going to be power transfer and sling strength. You gain another 50% more ability strength by using your Tauron Strike, but once again, that's not needed. We won't really be using that at all in most of the missions. And if you care about the mods I have on my Tauron Strike weapon, in this case the Bow Tara, these are the ones I'm using: more amp multi-shot, amp fire rate, and amp efficiency. This one that allows me to break containers, this one for more max amp energy and amp energy region, and this one for more Tauron Strike initial charge, and that goes up with each unique school mod I have, which is not that much, but it's 19%, which is pretty cool. I am using this Arcane because I use Madurai on other builds, and this is what I use on those ones, but you can select each one of these. Doesn't really matter, they are not that meta defining, but I'll have a full video for this specifically. Just know these are the ones I use right now, but they're probably subject to changes because these are just the ones I had when I started playing this new update, so I might change most of these things. My companion of choice is going to be the Panzerruppapfeiler because, as we know, this pet will grant us passive viral progression, and with Tenacious Bond we gain 1.2x more crit damage multiplier. He's also able to strip enemies of their armor, spread statuses, and do so much more. And this is the build for its little claws. Okay, that's pretty much it for the build. Let's now see how we use it. Okay, we start with 20 Corrupted Heavy Gunners level 230 with Slip modifiers, and we just want to cast R1 and spam R3. That's all we do. Of course, our companion is going to help us kill enemies by spreading those statuses, but that's pretty much your gameplay. That's all you're going to do in most of the mission. I also recommend using Madurai for that additional 50% casting speed. And yeah, just spam your 3. And this is the fastest way to charge your 4, which is actually the best ability you have and deals oh so much damage. Yeah, it also is incredibly fast at ramping up its damage, which is also pretty good. And yeah, you just keep spamming your 3 to charge it even faster, and that's it. The whole point is just cast your 4, and to do that you have to, of course, charge up. We do that by spamming your 3. Nothing else is worth doing. It's not worth waiting for the little demon to spam the runes. It's not worth waiting for the one that are latching or stuff like that. You just gotta cast your 4, and you do that once again by spamming your 3. You have to hit enemies to actually charge the meter. Of course, the notification just appeared right now. But other than that, you should always have enemies in front of you in most missions. So yeah, that's how you go about it. Just spam your 3. You're also applying a stupendous amount of its stacks at all times anyways, so if your pet does spread those resources to all other enemies, you'll also be able to kill them quite easily without having to wait for the one that chains them together, the one that latches onto them, the little runes. It just doesn't matter. Also, runes were bugged in the Simulacrum before. Apparently they now work, which is, yeah, it's big news. And as you can see, they apply to both primary and secondary weapons. And talking about secondary weapons, I have the Alt Fire on my Grimoire. That gives me this buff, which is Risen Invocation for more ability duration, and that's quite nice to have because it makes it so we don't have to cast our 1 that much, and our 4 lasts so much longer. It is now 20 seconds of his 4 being active at all times, which will, yeah, it is, it's nice. It just lasts longer, which means you can lock down an area for much longer. Yeah, it's nice. It could be better, but it's definitely nice. And of course, remember, if you are about to die or you take damage or whatever, you just press your 2, and you are back to being full HP. And also, there's plenty of orbs on the ground to, yeah, not having to worry about energy at all. So yeah, that's Uriel. I am kind of disappointed in the fact that he is just a cast 4 Warframe, and I guess also cast 3, because that is the only way to actually play him and have fun, which is really sad, because I do like using this to move around, and I wish it was better than just being used to apply heat to your little demons, but that's what the E thinks we want, I guess. I think this Warframe will receive some changes in the future, or maybe some augments that will fix his gameplay issues, but yeah, that's how it works right now. Anyways, I'll now leave you guys to the showcase where I test this build for 10 minutes in a grenade steel pulse survival, so you can see how it performs in a more realistic scenario. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, and if you like my content, consider subscribing. I wish you a beautiful rest of the day. Thanks so much for watching, and bye bye.
Don't you dare say that I wanted everything to fall apart when it's haunting me. 'Cause my only crime was hoping there is something more than this loneliness I feel. But no one makes me feel less alive. I didn't my buttons just went by fight and fire. When two voices of nature collide, we're fighting fire. Can Feel the silence chasing me. Shadows follow me everywhere I go. Danger's near, I can feel it. Ring my name, feel that flame. Welcome to the kill zone. Welcome to the kill zone.